Awesome. There you go. Thank you.
I'm writing a paper on how Facebook sells users information and actually records user information and provides it to external sources. In my English 1102 class with Professor Thorne, the first place I look for information is most of the time Google. Reason being is I believe that with Google there's more variety. I do also use the library online to find sources as well. I also do use the library website as well. But the thing that a library won't include is some articles, for example, like Forbes magazine and stuff like that, which I believe is a good source, but it's not always available in the library. So I would start off with, for example, Google, like I mentioned, like this one. Facebook says it's not listening to your conversations. Continue to site. So Facebook says it's not listening to your conversations. Microphone, using microphone access. So for search terms, what I basically searched was just a few things, which was basically Facebook recording user data. That way it gives me a variety of things, like if are they selling the data, is someone forcing them to get the data from them, and things like that. And the reason why I chose the Forbes magazine as just first search that came up on Google is because Forbes magazine is a pretty famous business magazine, which are pretty authentic for a source to use. And I have been doing research on this topic previously, and this is a kind of source that I actually record because it can come handy to me, because I was looking at just user activity, but I never actually found out about that they use a microphone. They can use your microphone to record what you're doing. So I'm gonna keep that with me. And normally when I get like a website on my personal laptop, I will actually keep the website open. And then if I also have started my document, what I would do would be have my works cited page, and instead of already going in citing the page just for research purposes, I would actually just copy the URL. There it is. For now, so instead of citing it properly, just so I can I was gonna record it, but just so I can later on cite the source, but I have record of this source, I will record the URL and just add it. So let's see. Okay, so normally I would, but I can't seem to work out how to use the Mac to copy that over. And like I said, I'll get the URL, put it into Microsoft Word because I have a Windows computer, and then next I will look into somewhere like the college library. So I'll just search it, KSU library. Now, the difference with when I'm searching on the library would be same kind of similar term, Facebook, and user data. And I'll do a super search on it. Once I do a super search, I'll go down to where it says limit to, and I'll select full text and scholarly peer reviewed. And then that way I have everything there that I need. Now, the difference, or the reason why I also like using the college library is because I can go onto a source that comes up and I can actually hit on it instead of having to read the whole thing straight away just to find out if it would be any good to me or not. I can just read the abstract. So post that wasn't visible. So for example, this source above, this first source here, that says is titled a Facebook that wasn't. Facebook monitors everything users type and not publish. And let's see, the post that wasn't. Then I'll read the abstract. So the revelation on that says, let's so after reading the abstract on this, I believe this is actually a good article to get. So review this record from Science Direct, which pulls up for me. Another reason why I actually like using the college library is because if there's something that is not actually exactly the same kind of topic but is similar, I believe that there is things in it that can be used. I may use that source as well, but what I do is something about Facebook, for example, I would actually try and find a works cited page on it, and if I find a works cited page and they have, try and use basically their sources to see what I can find. I actually did that to one of my previous ones, which I had found online. It was on a blog, but I actually looked up, managed to find out the source, which was a book called The Facebook Effect, which I am actually using in in my actual project right now. But let's see what else I can find. The BBC or the phone has fired. Huh. So, like I was mentioning, like reading through this, it says on the BBC, Burns told the BBC that the photo of the safari posted by a friend probably surfaced to the top of a news feed due to an increase in user engagement. She acknowledged that the car advertisement for Volkswagen because of the type of vehicle she drives. Although the angle of the story was supportive of the idea that Facebook uses microphone. So I could go onto BBC and find the actual post, but with the BBC, you can't really be too sure that it's actual proof. So one thing you can also look into to see what I normally look into, to see if it's a credible source is the writer, what he actually does. So you could hit a biography and it will show what he is. So I cover networthy technology startups and gadgets. So he's into technology field, which is a pretty credible writer for the subject of Facebook because it is involving technology of how they use the microphone to record your conversations. And then going back to this BBC post, respecting a smartphone. Huh. You can watch videos. Videos actually come pretty handy. The only thing is that with video it's more kind of harder to record because you have to find out. Well, it's kind of hard, I believe, to record a video source.
There are so many stories out there of people who are convinced that their phones are listening when they're not meant to be. You have a conversation about a holiday destination or a brand and suddenly you're seeing advertising for it on social media. Is it coincidence or is there something else going on? Well, we decided to check it out, so I asked Ken Munro and David Lodge from Pence's Partners, their cybersecurity experts, to see what they could do. So we challenged you to find a way that a mobile phone could listen in without the user knowing. How did you get on?
Well, it was actually remarkably easy. We wrote an application using the Google Android platform, and it listens to the phone microphone, and then sends that data over the internet to our listening server here. And you can see right now it's actually recording everything we're saying. And that phone could be anywhere in the world.
Obviously, this is against the terms and conditions of the app stores, but how easy would it be for an app to do this and, say, Apple and Google not to realise?
Google could possibly put a check in for it, but valid apps do this sort of capability all the time. It's just normally they press a button to do it.
What do you think about all of these stories you hear that people tell, where they've had a conversation and then they see advertising related to that conversation? Is it coincidence or do you think this sort of thing is going on?
Well, again, too many coincidences, don't you think? Too many cases of people saying, I was talking about something random and it popped up on the screen on my phone. So it's certainly possible, and that's what we proved. Whether it's going on is another matter. I suspect it probably is somewhere.
So Professor Kelly Burns says no.
We're finished.
Go.
Yeah. I did it quite fast. That's 15 minutes. It goes
Yeah.
So quickly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. So, oops, stop.